Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Project C2 here. I'm bringing you another review of a PlayArts Kai figure. This is the Final Fantasy Vincent Valentine. I think this is one of PlayArts Kai's earlier PlayArts Kai figures. The articulation is definitely not the greatest, but he does have some pretty good shading on his cape and on the rubber piece right here. He has pretty good accessories. I don't think I have everything he's supposed to come with, but if I don't, during the video, as from what you see, let me know in the comments and I'll see what I can do about getting all the accessories. So Vincent does come with a few different hands. He comes with his trigger finger hand. He comes with this other gold glove hand, which isn't too bad. I like it. And then he comes with his open hand, just relaxed hand you could say. And then he comes with his rifle. This is pretty cool. The details and everything that went into the, I guess, sculpting of this thing is actually pretty good. The keychain right here is metal, and this little piece here is actually plastic. So yeah, this whole thing right here is all really sculpted nicely. Yeah, I mean, what more can I say about it? It's sculpted pretty darn well. As far as how much this looks like Vincent Valentine, I don't know, I'm back and forth on it. Kind of does, but it kind of doesn't. I'm not crazy about this big old piece here. It's all just a single piece. I wish this was detachable so that way, you know, you can loosen it up and get some more articulation in this thing. But for the most part, it's okay. There is some nice, I don't know what you call it. No, it's not texture. It's the folds in this. Just how it's designed is really nicely. On the back of it over here, the cape has some really nice shading along the edges here. It's all torn and worn and beat out and everything, so that's pretty cool. The buckles on him are done pretty well as well. They continue on his wrist here. I don't think they go up any further, but they are consistent right here in his thigh and in his waist here and a little bit in his chest, but because this thing is a solid piece and you can't take it off, you can't see the rest of the details up there. They did do pretty well on the hands, as I mentioned earlier. They do have some sculpting work in the seams right here, which is pretty nice. They did all of his gauntlet right here, and I really like the sculpting right here on this gold piece here, which is really nice. It's all really sculpted well. All this is really nice. Come on, camera. There you go. It's all really sculpted nice. And then the gold also continues on his boots and stuff, which is actually pretty nice. This right here is a bit pointy, so be careful with that. The wrinkles are all sculpted in this real nicely. He doesn't have too much shading going on in his pants or in his arms, but there are more shading parts right in here. So in his thigh, there's some light gray in here. There is a little bit of light gray right here in his little cuffs of his ankles and stuff, so that's okay. And then he has his little gun holster here, which is pretty good. It's not great when it's all hooked in here with the gun. There is a peg that you can stick in that little hole right there. But when the gun is intact and is inside the holster, you can't really, you know, get it in to the hole to make it stay in. So it might just have to stay floppy, or you might just need to take it out as a whole. So it's totally up to you what you want to do with this gun. It does fit a bit snug, so that's a good thing. There you go. So when it's not in the holster, it looks okay, and there you go. So the holster's pretty good. It's sculpted all along this area on the seams, and it's pretty nice. Okay, so as far as articulation, it's not that great, but it is okay. His head can move side to side, it can move down, it can't move back too much, only because the hair really hinders it right there. He does have a shoulder joint that does move out and it does move forward, but because this thing is here, it really hinders it. He has a cut right in the middle of his bicep, so he could swivel it like this. He has a cut at the elbow right here that bends only at 90 degrees. His wrist can move all the way around, and it can move a little bit, but it can't move too much, only because it's on just a single little ball piece right here. So yeah, it could be better. I'll just leave that to the side. He can move forward a little bit, but it's just a little diaphragm joint. It's not anything too big. He can move forward a little bit. He can move back. He can move side to side. This leg, for some reason, his legs are a little weird. He can move up at the leg, about this far on his right leg, but on his left leg, he can't move too much better. It moves just about that much, which is kind of weird. And then he can move out a little bit on this one, not that much, and then he can move out on this one a little bit more. So he's kind of weird. Anyway, so he has a single jointed knee. He can bend forward, he can bend back, he has an ankle pivot, he has a toe pivot as well. So his articulation isn't great, but it's not bad. Stands just under 9 inches tall, so he'd fit right in with, I guess, the rest of your Playarts Kai figures. Overall, I'd have to say he's a pretty good figure. I know there's another Vincent Valentine that just came out within the last year or so, and he's probably 10 times better than this one. But I'd say for his time, he was really good. I would also say if you're into Final Fantasy, or if you're just into Playarts Kai mix in general, I would say just go for this guy. He's not too expensive last I checked. At least this model's not too expensive. Alright guys, well that just concludes my review of Vincent Valentine. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button or the big thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate if you'd share it. You know, if you'd throw some extra comments in the bottom and let me know what you think about this guy. And if you have any gripes that you have about him that maybe I didn't mention, just let me know. Alright guys, you can hit me up on Instagram, and I'll be coming out with some more videos soon. Alright guys.